Daniela Gonzalez loves being her own boss. The University of Texas Pan American graduate opened her own catering business, Tesoros Fine Cuisine, several months ago. She wanted to combine her love of cooking and management.
My passion is to cook since I was little. I remember going to Guadalajara where my aunt had a restaurant, and I was really passionate about it, like asking her like what was on this and that. So it was from there that I started cooking little by little at my apartment, at my house, and I was like, well, might as well. I have a major in business, and I love to cook. I'm gonna combine those two, and it's gonna work.
According to two professors at UT Pan American, Gonzalez is an example of the growing trend of entrepreneurship among Hispanics. Economics professors Alberto Dávila and Mora recently wrote a book called Hispanic Entrepreneurship in the 2000s, published by Stanford University Press.
I would say the primary finding is that there's been a growth in Hispanic entrepreneurship in the United States, especially over the 2000s. But what's interesting about this growth is you would expect that there would be growth because there's a growing Hispanic population. What's interesting is that the intensity of that growth. That means that the share of Hispanics choosing entrepreneurship has grown also, or grew also during that period.
The professors point out that the number of Hispanic-owned businesses increased by more than 43% between 2002 and 2007.
A lot of the growth that we're seeing is taking place among Hispanic immigrants, particularly among female Hispanic immigrants. In fact, there were a few years during the first decade of the 2000s where the self-employment rates of Hispanic immigrant women exceeded those of Hispanic immigrant men.
Gonzalez said she chose entrepreneurship to provide a job for herself and a handful of her staff. But it has its ups and downs.
It's advantage and disadvantage being your own boss, because you can work whenever you want, but you have to be strict with you because you want to grow. And sometimes leaders or students, young entrepreneurs, see money and they see, okay, I'm gonna order somebody to do it. But you have to be really stick with your company at the beginning of the years to be able to grow the way you want it.
I'm Jennifer Bergholm reporting for UTPA.